Oh, when some country singers sing, you have to take a deep breath when you listen to them. Listen to the emotion in that song. Wow. King Malachi Street. King Malachi Street was his name. Born October 21st, 1935. And he died October 21st, 1978. Commonly known as Mel Street. He was an American country music singer. He was born in Grundy, Virginia, to a coal mining family. Publications cite his birth as 1933, although a family maintains that he was born in 35. Began performing on Western Virginia and West Virginia radio shows at the age of 16. Street was subsequently worked as a radio tower electrician in Ohio and as a nightclub performer in Niagara Falls. He moved back to West Virginia in 1963 to open up an auto body shop. From 1968 to 1972, Mel Street hosted his own show on a Bluefield, West Virginia television station. He recorded his first single, Borrowed Angel, what you just heard, in 1970 for a small regional record label. A larger label, Royal American Records, picked it up in 1972 and became a top 10 Billboard hit. He recorded the biggest hit of his career, Lovin' on Backstreets, in 1973. Mel Street continued to flourish throughout the mid-1970s, recording several hits such as You Make Me Feel More Like a Man, Forbidden Angel, I Met a Friend of Yours Today, If I Had a Cheatin' Heart, and Smoky Mountain Memories. He signed with Mercury Records in 1978, but suffering from clinical depression and alcoholism, he committed suicide by a self-inflicted gunshot wound on October 21st, 1978, his 45th birthday. Sadly, he had a record debut on the country charts on October 21st as well, a prophetic song called Just Hangin' On. Okay, well, that's the way that goes there, folks. It's not good. It's not always easy. It's not always pleasant to listen to, but life is life. That's the way life goes. 1643 UTC, all over the world with me, Dave, and all my cheerleaders. October 21st is also my wedding anniversary, 1977. Susan and I. Susan's at work today. It'll be about like 34 years coming up this October. Yeah, so back in the disco days. Well, let's not go there, okay? Okay, we're 4 more songs to go. What are we going to play here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Number 4. She tore up the country charts back in the late 1960s with this song and her little short dresses and all that. Jeannie C. Riley doing the Harper Valley PTA song.
I want to tell you all a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mama, got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress is way too high. It's reported you've been drinking and running round with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there and 7 times whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades all pulled completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. And if you smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you have the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton place, and you're all Harper Valley hypocrites. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA.
There she is, Jeannie C. Riley, born Jeannie Carolyn Stevenson on October 19th, 1945. She is 65 years old. An American country music and gospel singer. She is best known for her 1968 country hit that you just heard, Harper Valley PTA, was written by Tom T. Hall. She became the first woman to have a single become a Billboard country and pop #1 chart at the same time. In subsequent years, she had moderate chart success with country music, but never again duplicated the success of Harper Valley PTA. Jeannie C. Riley became a born-again Christian and began recording gospel music during the 1970s. What's going on here in the chat room? Jim just gave me puppy love. All righty, well, let's not go there, says Suzanne. You did not, okay, well, we're not going to go there. I don't want to repeat that, but it's funny as all hell. I'm reading what's going on in the chat room in Internet Relay Chat Channel, #iWeb Radio via a Star Chat server. And that's the way that goes. We'll say to everyone, say hello to everyone in the chat room. Audiophile, Steve, the voice of Savage Henry, Chip Salsa, his alter ego, GB73D, Mike from Swingin' England. Mike, nice to have you on board as always. Josie, nice to have Josie from Florida in there, and did a great job with the J Factor show last night. Was awesome. Let me tell you, it was awesome. And how you got all those, I enjoyed the titles appearing there, because we don't have the Shoutcast Tunecaster or whatever going on here today, I see. But we really enjoyed seeing the name of the tunes there showing up. You did some great job there. Josie, keep it up. Pete Costello has been here since day one, back in 1999. Pete, thank you very much for your support and friendship throughout the years. Jen, the rad girl, does Mountain View Radio on iWeb Radio on Sundays, practically all day. And Six String Stu, nice to have you, Stu. And Suzanne, nice to have you here for the first time on our radio get-together. So we're counting down our top 10 list here. We got 3 more to go. Yes, we do. We have 3 more to go, and we'll get into the next hour. Get in the next hour here. So make sure you stick around, because they've been bannering about that P word that has been come to symbolize this show here. I heard it before, and Pete's got the old bot in there, I think, that warns people when they say the P word. That means we're going to bring up a P song, but let's not go there. We got a few more songs before we do that, okay? Up to number 3, folks. Number 3, an 8.3. What a whopping rating, an 8.3. He's number 3. He's a little guy, but boy, he sings a big song. We're talking about the great Jimmy Dickens, little Jimmy Dickens to sing.
When you walk up to a jukebox and you slip a nickel in, you can bet your bottom dollar that the record starts to spin. You'll hear a fiddle and a guitar with a honky-tonkin' sound. It's that hillbilly fever that's spreading all around. Hillbilly fever's going round. Good old mountain music's got me down. It's got me robbing castles, throwing rice and slipping around. Hillbilly fever's got me down. When you get that jumpy feeling and you don't know what is wrong, don't you worry about it, brother. There's a brand new mountain song that's got the whole darn country rockin' with that big apple beat. It's that hillbilly breakdown that shakes you off your feet. Hillbilly fever's going round. Good old mountain music's got me down. I spent a Sunday down in Tennessee, and here's what I found. Hillbilly fever's going round. Starts around you and you don't know you've been stung, then you go and see a doctor and he says poke out your tongue. But he looks into that canyon, tells you, brother, I got news. You're a victim of sweet daddy and you got the lovesick blues. Hillbilly fever's going round. Good old mountain music's got me down. I stopped in Chattanooga, got a shine, and I heard the sound. Hillbilly fever's going round. Hillbilly fever's going round. Good old mountain music's got me down. I'm gonna 1 foot, 2 foot, slew foot drag, and then I hoe it down. Hillbilly fever's going round.
Wow. Little Jimmy Dickens and Hillbilly Fever. Number 3. What a great song that was. My wife and I, Suze, went down to Nashville, the Grand Ole Opry. We attended a Saturday night Grand Ole Opry show in the late 1990s at the Opry House, and little Jimmy Dickens was one of the performers there. And you see him on TV, and you know that he's little Jimmy Dickens and all that, but they always look larger than life on TV. They say the TV adds 15 pounds, but I didn't know it added 15 inches. And so when he walks out on stage, the guitar's taller than him. He's a little guy, but boy, did he pack a punch when he sang. Little Jimmy Dickens, he's still around. I think he's still performing. I don't know how old he is, but we hope he hangs in there. What a great pioneer of country. Right here on Pioneers of Country on Live 365 and Golden Age OTR. About 5 minutes before the hour, 2 more songs to go. And then we'll kick off the last hour with some great surprises. My name is Dave, by the way, and I want to hear from you if you're listening. Live 365, send me a shout out. There's a player window there. It says shout out. I don't care what you say. Just send something or send me email to dave@n1dk.com. We've got a lot of participation in the chat room. You are welcome if you have internet relay chat capability. It's via a Star Chat server, and the chat room is #iWeb Radio. Well, we'll find some mandolin music hopefully later on today, and all that good stuff. Some great country music, steel guitars, mandolins, dobros.